Man's fiancé is upset BC he doesn't plan to wear a wedding ring. AITA September 13, 22. Originally posted by Kai Chomsky in r. Am I the Asshole on September 13, 22. Original post. AITA for refusing to wear a ring? My fiancé, 27F, and I, 30 meters, have been together for almost 4 years and have been engaged for a couple months. We're starting to get more seriously into wedding planning and the topic of rings came up. I don't wear jewelry. I barely wear colors. I'm on the autism spectrum and don't care to draw attention to myself. I didn't think this would be such a big deal, but I never saw myself wearing a ring. My fiancé has different views on the subject. I knew her ring would mean a lot to her, so I listened over the years. Spoke to her friends and her mother and knew exactly what she wanted, so I got that for her when I proposed. She loved it. Fast forward to now and she's not as happy. I explained my views on wearing jewelry and she wasn't having it. She told me that it's a symbol of our commitment and thinks I want to appear single, but nothing could be further from the truth. I absolutely adore her, but I'm very stuck in my routines. I didn't think this would be a big deal, but she won't let it go. I told her I wasn't going to wear jewelry and she lost it. She told me I am selfish and won't talk to me. I don't get it. She knows I love her. I show her every day and she's making such a huge deal out of this. I need help. AITA? Verdict. No assholes here. Update added as an edit. Update. I apologize to my fiancé for my reaction and for not considering why she felt the way she does. And we had a long talk. Previously I really didn't understand why this was such an issue to her, but that shouldn't have mattered. The fact is this is important to her and I care about how she feels. I try to explain why I'm so opposed to this and I think she mostly gets it. She knows I struggle with these sorts of things but really do try to work on these issues and don't use them as excuses. I brought up many of the wonderful suggestions you all have made and I think we'll be able to figure out a good compromise. What we're leaning towards now is having a ring to wear for the wedding, family events, etc. I'm already so uncomfortable in those situations, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm thinking about a tattoo on the underside of my finger so I have that permanent symbol without the sensory problems or visual distraction. Thank you all so much for the input and helping me to better understand this so it doesn't cause a rift in an otherwise wonderful relationship with the absolutely most incredible woman I've ever met. I truly appreciate you all taking the time and offering insight. It means so much to me. My husband hates wearing things on his hands. Gets very uncomfortable with it. The compromise is that he wears the wedding ring on a chain round his neck. We are both perfectly happy with that. I don't wear my ring except special occasions. Scene 1 Degloving too many. I try to explain why I'm so opposed to this and I think she mostly gets it. Why do people turn to the internet before resorting to open conversation? I've been married 13 years. Last time I wore my ring was on our wedding day. I work around machinery, so getting your finger stuck is a very real risk. My wife knows I don't have the social skills for a second relationship. Lol. Me and my husband both have wedding ring tattoos of the rune for eternal love. Our wedding rings were $20 each and we have them on our keychains. There are many ways that people can show their love for one another. I used to wear my engagement and wedding rings all the time pre-COVID. But nearly 18 months of rarely leaving the house and needing to constantly sanitize when I did meant that I stopped wearing them. Now they feel chunky and uncomfortable, so I wear a silicone ring instead. It looks like a wedding band, but I have a selection of colors I can coordinate with my outfit or mood. I don't think I'll ever go back to my jewelry again. My husband doesn't wear any jewelry. Not even a watch. But did try wearing his wedding band for a few years. Now his sits in a box at the back of the wardrobe. I'll admit I was a little sad at first. Mainly because I did feel proud that the one and only piece of jewelry he wore was his wedding ring. But now I'm used to it. It doesn't change how either of us feel. We know we're happily married and committed to each other. It's an individual choice that I'm glad Oop managed to work out with their fiancé. My dad lost his wedding band golfing. It's more of a joke for my mom than anything else. I have never cared for jewelry myself, so I wore my band for about a year before just putting it away. That said, my husband knew this about me, and we picked up cheap bands from Walmart for like $75 for the pair. He wears his daily, though he may have replaced it with a nerdy ring. I just told him if he wanted to replace it with a nerdy one, to go with Star Trek over Star Wars because the former is far superior. To us anyhow. I can't remember at the moment if he did swap it out, or if he wears the nerdy ones on his other hand. Jewelry isn't important to me, so I don't really notice it on others. A ring doesn't make the marriage or the commitment to one another. That's a choice you make each day to love the other. When I was getting married, 37 years ago, my STBH said he couldn't wear a ring. I argued that if he wasn't going to have one, then why should I wear one? He said that was totally fine with him. I also asked how people would know he was married. He said by the way he acted. So, yeah, I shut up. Pretty much been a non-issue since then. His body, his choice. My parents did wedding earrings, 2 for her and 1 for him, cut from the same piece of pounamu. Communication will always be key to most relationship problems. Get your ring finger tattooed instead. Communication wins. And I think a tattoo would be a lovely compromise. Exclamation mark. My husband works with his hands, so I just assumed that he wouldn't wear one. Neither of our dads wore theirs, so it seemed normal. Or that he'd wear one on weekends but take it off for work. Turns out he wanted to wear one, so I bought 2 of his for when he wrecked it. I guess titanium was a good choice because it's been more than a decade and he's still on the first one, despite multiple mishaps. Maybe we can pass it down. I have my great-grandfather's wedding ring, and I wore it and my dad's when I was pregnant and my own rings didn't fit. With a piece of yarn tied around them to tighten them. It seems like insecurity to me. Forcing someone to wear a ring so everyone knows they're taken. I trust my husband. It's simple. If someone is going to cheat, a piece of metal isn't going to stop them. I never got one when we got married. I've never worn a watch, jewelry, etc. in my whole life. Can't stand them on me, and even necklaces give me the heebie-jeebies. Never thought about it as autism though. I've just never liked wearing them. I don't really get the whole obsession with wedding rings. I wear mine all the time, but that's because we specifically picked rings I could wear all the time, but I am pregnant and swollen and XAF. Wear them at the moment and it doesn't make me feel any less married. My husband has worn his like 6 or 7 times in 3 years. They're dangerous in his work and he's also on the spectrum, and having things on his hands feels uncomfortable for him, but there are times where he wants to wear it. I don't care either way. Maybe it's because I'm not a jewelry person, but I don't care for the fuss or drama. I have trouble wearing rings as well. You could put it on a chain and wear it like a necklace. I know guys who wear a ring just to pick up women. Many women find nothing more attractive than thinking a man has a woman at home. My husband doesn't wear a ring because of his job. Huge risk of degloving. And I don't own one because I hate jewelry. Oh God, I just saw my future. I'm also autistic and I hate rings in particular. I feel like I won't be able to get them off. That's probably not the autism though. Just anxiety. I would prefer a tattoo tbh. I'm just glad it came to a decent outcome. Why are the people here so aggressive towards the fiancé? To many people the wedding ring is very important. Besides that, Oop explained to her why he's uncomfortable and she understood. So there really isn't a problem. She doesn't force him to wear the ring like another comment said either.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.